All right, Top Row Racing Media again here down in Anderson, Indiana for the 500 Sprint Car Tour. And right now we're sitting with a driver who we've definitely got to see at the Rumble in Fort Wayne over the last 2 years, racing there. And it's Jackson Macenko from Cincinnati, Ohio, who was also the Rookie of the Year last year for the 500 Tour, and quite the announcement when you arrived. So kind of give us an idea of, what got you into it, because that was your first year racing pavement too, if I remember correctly.
Pavement sprint cars, yeah.
Pavement sprint cars. So, what got you into that, and what are your goals for this year, and even a little bit more about your background?
Yeah, I guess I've always been a fan of sprint car racing. Growing up, just 20 minutes from Lawrenceburg Speedway, seeing the sprint cars there. I know they're on dirt, but just seeing them, hearing them. Growing up at their go-kart track and sneaking across to go and look at the big track, always been fascinated with sprint cars. And when I started running the midget car series, that only grew because all of a sudden I'm watching the races, I'm at the races, and I'm next to the drivers. So seeing them and just seeing the beast that they drive definitely made me want to get into it. And when I was able to get into it, I think myself and Brad Hayes Racing, I think we had a really good year. Was really, really happy and pleased with everything that we accomplished. There were a few bumps in the road, but who wouldn't expect that from a rookie driver and a rookie team? So I think we did a really, really good job, and I was satisfied for sure.
It was a brand new car.
It was
right? Everything was brand new, basically.
Yeah.
So, but for brand new, 8 top 10s, 1 top 5. So when you're looking at that, you look at last year's stats, you look at how you finished 2023 at the Rumble and getting into this year. What are your big goals? What are you looking at? You got 1 year under your belt, year 2.
I think I need to be a little bit more consistent as a driver. I think last year we found ourselves in some spots that we probably shouldn't have been in, and that boils down to me. I had some issues with the car in qualifying and just trying to get on top of the handling. The low fuel runs is really something that I'm not used to, so having to go out there and put down your best lap on low fuel with 800 horsepower at the dispense of your right foot was a little difficult. I need to work on that. Then the 2023 Rumble was a bit unlucky for me. We'll try and leave that out. But looking on to 2024, I think every driver's goal is to compete up front, and so that's my goal. I'd love, whether some people think it's maybe too ambitious, I'd love to be up front. I'd love to get top 3s, competing for wins. At the end of the day, I'm a competitor, and I'm going to compete my hardest, and I know I'm going to put everything out on there on track.
And you're running the tour full time this year. So after dipping your toes into it last year, going full time this year, what tracks when you're at the schedule? Obviously, like the WrestleMania, the Super Bowl, the everything of sprint cars, the Little 500, but even beyond Anderson and Little 500, like when you look at that schedule, what are you looking forward to challenge wise?
Really looking forward to Salem. That'll be a really cool race. I got a little bit used to being up along the wall at IRP, but at Salem, you're almost scrubbing the fence on turn 3 and 4. So that'll be really cool. That'll be a completely different feeling, and I can't wait to try and tackle that track. First time that sprint cars will be back there racing in so long. So
yeah,
hopefully, I'm really looking forward to that. Hopefully, we can put on a good show, and hopefully I can be up front of that good show.
And I know in August you have the Michigan doubleheader, and obviously with us at Kalamazoo, that's our Friday night home every week, and then Berlin, which is down around the corner. Obviously Tyler Rourke is strong there. He's kind of the wedge late model. You put him in anything, he'd probably take a bicycle and be able to put down some fast laps. So with that, when you're looking even at tracks like in Michigan, what do you know about like even Berlin? I know we've talked at the Rumble a little bit about Kalamazoo, and that'll be learning, but what do you know about even Berlin?
I don't really know anything about Kalamazoo. I haven't done my homework on that track yet, so I can't say much for that. But
you got till August.
Yeah, I've got some time, so I'll get on my studies later. But Berlin's a funky track. It's so weird because there's not a straightaway at Berlin. You're consistently turning, even when you're on the gas and the straightaway. You're still turning. You're still struggling to find the limit of grip. So Berlin's a really weird one. You have to be really, really smooth with your inputs. And you've got to be aggressive though. It's tough to pass, but there's a couple different racing lines, specifically in 3 and 4. You'll see drivers all over the track doing a bunch of different things with whatever suits their car. So Berlin is a blast, and I can't wait to get on that track.
All right, and so then on social media, obviously Brad Hayes Racing, I know you're part of that, but where can people follow along to see your success and your what you do in 2024?
I'd say I'm most active on Twitter and Facebook, where my handles are Jackson Macenko or Macenko Jackson. Actually, Facebook is Jack Macenko, Instagram is Jackson Macenko, and Twitter is Macenko Jackson. I don't know why they wouldn't let me put them all in order and the exact same, but whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna post a lot more on Instagram this year. So if you're on Instagram, don't hesitate to follow me. You'll definitely see some content there, and I'll keep posting on Twitter and Facebook as well.
All right. Well, again, Jackson, I know, like I said at the beginning, we've got a chance to watch you race a couple times at the Rumble, and know that you're definitely one to watch. And obviously, August 23rd is one that I have circled to see what you do at Kalamazoo. And good luck as you go through the 2024 season.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Again, thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah, greatness. Yeah, it feels like greatness.